changes it from within. Deception lives in the dark, but you can't hide from your sins. This is a war, and our blood will draw the battle lines. This is a war, and our blood will draw the battle lines. We will stand, we will fight. We can't stop till we die. Hope will be torn.
Started off with tons of names. I mean, we had, how many names was it? Was it 30-something, 40-something names?
It was a lot.
Tomorrow we crown the first ever Revolution World Heavyweight Champion.
You got 7.
I hope you're ready, because I'm coming out there and I'm going to lay it all on the line. I'm going to bring you everything I got.
You also got Big Sweets.
February the 7th. I shake off all the doubt. I bust through that glass ceiling. I stop saying what I'm going to do, and I do it.
And our other guy, Man Anarchy.
Man Anarchy.
This Sunday, come the finals of the Evolution of Revolution tournament. All this comes full circle. The Revolution World Heavyweight Championship comes home.
We will stand, we will fight. We can't stop till we die.
And one thing is for sure, this match will be
Revolutionary.
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 This is a war.
The promo god, Chris Champion.
That's how I found many men, no homo. Relax, I'm talking about Curtis Jackson, you little shits. Many men, shit. There ain't many left. You see how these men dress? They wearing women's dresses. What's next? I'm over here stressing. It's fucked up, what's the message? Running laps around you motherfuckers and I ain't even sweating. I ain't talking shit, I'm flexing. Don't be talking shit all reckless. I take these rappers' souls and I wear it like a necklace. How'd we get the gold? It ain't never come from luck. I ain't never give a shit. You think I'll ever give a fuck? If I ever gave a fuck, give it back, you shouldn't have it, yeah? I'm an Indian giver.
Well, here we are, ladies and gentlemen. War of Words. We have finally made it to the pay-per-view event. We hope that you have joined PinFall Productions and you're able to watch us live as we with this whole thing finally unfolds. First pay-per-view event, and finally tonight we will crown our very first World Heavyweight Revolution champion.
This is incredible. I mean, it felt like forever, It's taken a long time to get to this point, but we are finally here. Literally the moment that everybody's been waiting for. We started off with so many names, and here we are now to the final three. And like TDC just said, we are about to crown the first ever Revolution World Champion. Folks, one day your grandchildren are going to ask you, where were you when the first ever champion was crowned in Revolution? And now you get to say, I was there. I was there live. I got to see it happen right in front of my eyes. It's going to be great.
Yeah, I mean, it was one hell of a tournament. People slowly got eliminated, and it all come down to these three big men, these three monster names in the promo world, which is Seven, Big Sweet, and Man Anarchy. If you're part of any promo group that matters, you know who these guys are. Seven, of course, like we had talked about before, Seven's looking to add a possible, call himself 3-belt Seven. He already holds 2 other belts. Man Anarchy is held many belts. I mean, he's glorified over and over and over.
He's Mr. Revolution.
He's Mr. Revolution. Then you got the big man, the big man of the Revolution, which is Big Sweet, who come in here and kind of slapped everybody's jaws sideways. They didn't really see the big freight train coming, and he's ran people over, and here he is. He is sitting in the finals and could possibly shock the world tonight if he walks out with that belt.
I'm going on record right now. I know I've said it many times. I'm going to say it here on YouTube. Big Sweet's my pick. He's the guy who's going to go all the way. He's going to be the first ever champion.
Yeah. Well, we got a really big card also lined up besides just that main event and some other little surprises along the way. So let's go ahead and get this thing started, and let's go ahead and take it on down to RYK. He's going to give us our first match of the evening. If you never got to experience RYK, it's a real treat. He's our little sprinkle on top of the Revolution. And also, let's also bring up the fact that if you look in my background here, you will see the letters WGP. They are now officially underneath the Revolution umbrella. The Hooded Warriors have bought the shares over there. We now own WGP along with Revolution. And not only now, from here on out, will you start getting Revolution shows ran this way. Now WGP shows after the 13th will also be ran this way. They will have a bi-weekly show that will be on Facebook, and their pay-per-views will be along with our pay-per-views. So it's all you'll have 3 champions every show right now that will be defending belts. So it's going to be very interesting. But let's take it on down to RYK and let him do his thing.
Ladies and gentlemen, the Revolution War of Words begins now. Today's premier event will feature our very first tag team contest. And after months of tournament, the evolution of Revolution will culminate in our very first Revolution World Champion. Making his Revolution entrance for one last time, please welcome Bojack.
You know, if I had a nickel for every time some piece of shit pointed a gun at me, I'd be a rich man.
Ladies and gentlemen, NDT.
NDT, you London gangster. I'm up against Bo Jax. You may be an up-and-coming star in the wrestling scene. You might even be a so-called promo artist. But you might even beat me today. But that doesn't matter. Because by the end of it, you will respect me. I will beat you down. I will knock you out. You gotta realize it's not any kind of moniker. This is me in the sadistic pleasure I will take when I take you apart, because there's nothing I would want more than shut that over-inflated ego of yours. And why would I want to do that? Because I've had enough of you running your mouth wherever we go, saying I'm not good enough. I am not at your caliber. I am not the man to beat you. You may be a big man, but like the saying goes, with every great oak that falls and it hits the ground, the harder it will land. You, my great oak, there's no one around to see you fall. It don't mean that you ain't made a sound, because I know that this could be one of your final matches. This could be one of your worst matches, depending on what the outcome is. You see, there's a saying, no pain, no gain. I'm willing to go through the pain.
Your winner, Bojack!
Congratulations to Bo Jax. I mean, that was his, as you said, a farewell match here in Revolution. He's gone on to chase a dream, and we all wish him nothing but the best. It's not goodbye forever, just goodbye for now. But congratulations, Bo Jax. That was incredible.
Yeah, Bo Jax wanted to make sure that I let NDT know that he was very thankful for NDT taking his last match in the promo world for now. As you said, he's going off to chase a dream of his. He was very humbled. And he says, like he said, he hopes that he can be back very soon, one day, very, very soon. So we all, of course, Jax knows the door is open whenever he's ready. So
absolutely,
all he's got to do is knock. So we're going to take our very first commercial break from PinFall Productions and get a little word from the asshole who runs PinFall. We're going to run
a very accurate way to describe him.
It's a very accurate way to describe him. All right, we'll be right back after this.
inside my mind a million times. Can't make no mistake because my life is on the line. All the work and all the hours, boy, I stayed upon my grind. If you question my integrity, I answer every time. Yeah. Don't you see these battle scars on my back? I am the gladiator. Devil's black clothes on my judgment day. I am the terminator. I be the originator. I be the innovator. Welcome to the top floor. I am the elevator. Let's go. Welcome to the top. Let's go. Welcome to the top. Welcome to the top. Welcome to the top. Welcome to the top floor. I am the elevator. Hallelujah, hell just froze over. Amen. 'Cause the devil went.
What's up, guys? As it was said, I'm Josh Haney. I'm not an asshole, but I'm Josh Haney. I'm one of the founders of PinFall Productions. I'm just here to talk about real quick that commercial you just saw. Please check out Paradigm Shift on Wednesdays, 9 Central, 10 Eastern. This week, we have an amazing, amazing interview with the one and only Apocalypse, indie wrestler from the Mid-South. He is going to be an awesome interview. You're not going to want to miss that, so check that out. And I throw it back to the real assholes, Chris Champion and TDC.
I mean, to be fair, that's an accurate way to describe us as well. I mean, there's no lies there.
There sure is not. Before we go any further and we dive back into, send it back to Mr. RYK, Chris Champion alerted me the other day that he had a nice little package that was laid on his desk in front of him. And this man has a few words.
Computer. Revolutions in our history. Look at these revolutions. Iranian Revolution, the Industrial Revolution, the French Revolution, whose quitters, you know, what's this? Bloody hell. You know who these people are? This is Patrick and his little buddy TDC. They're planning a revolution of their own, as you can see here. The Queen will want to hear about this. Now that I've taken care of security problems here in the castle, I'm sure she will let me go back to what I was doing back in the States. And I'm going to tell you one thing right now. Patrick, TDC, Fast Eddie Cap, he's coming back, mate. And I'm going to teach you what revolution is all about, mate. Ta-ta for now. Okay.
Approaching at this time, making his way from Juggalo City, please welcome Josh Steele. Introducing the WGP World Champion, Icon!
Well, hell, I made it this far, so you can go ahead and stow any and all preconceived notions you may have of slowing me down, of stopping me here tonight. Because while I can't lie, it is an honor to face someone of your caliber with a reputation, a name such as yours, Icon. I'm going to be blunt, because I just don't see the hype surrounding you. I don't get it. With all due respect, I would rather learn algebra from Scott Steiner than to have to sit through one more minute of this droll, stone-cold soccer mom bullshit that you spew forth. And I think it's high time that you see what we all see. You need a cold dose of reality, because as of late, that's all you are. It's just a name, a moniker. The only thing you've been good at, consistent at, is being inconsistent. I mean, quite frankly, you're starting to look like the Dallas Cowboys out there. And for somebody that calls himself top-tier talent, shouldn't you have more wins, more victories over top-tier talent instead of all these close calls and losses? I mean, hell, 75% of your career wins are probably over Captain Law. You talk a good game, but come on, man. You waltzed into the revolution, acting like cock of the walk, calling yourself the franchise. And well, how did that work out for you? Because I seem to remember the Canadian Crippler beating your ass, taking your nickname in your Revolution debut. Matter of fact, let me go ahead and educate you, Icon, because your arrogance, your ego, that delusion that you've created inside your head, that you're this iconic superstar that can't be touched, it will be your downfall. And in fact, it's the very reason why nobody sees you stepping up and taking the revolution places. And that resume of yours that you're so proud of, you can go ahead and wipe your ass with it. Because it doesn't mean shit to me. And it definitely doesn't entitle you to a thing. Not here in the revolution. And I can assure you, it will not help you win here tonight. Because you lost this match the moment you waltzed out here and stereotyped me. The moment you underestimated me. Because to even verbally stand with me, you're going to need a bachelor's in chemistry. Or maybe even a master's in math to find the actual vicinity of my potential. You simply do not possess the gray matter required to pass me up mentally, to ever match my verbal agility. And make no mistake, I fully possess the ability to send you upstairs with the Holy Trinity. Just like death. Just like when he's after the Kennedys. And now you're left laying there looking stupid while I'm laughing maniacally, like Charles Manson spazzing off acid and Hennessy, knowing full well that I'm about to walk out of this war of words with your head in a basket. And quite frankly, the only decision left is who to pay to bury the casket.
Man, you know what? It's real simple. It's real simple, Josh. I can sit here and I can say a bunch of things about you. I can say a bunch of things about the way you promo, things like that. But I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to give you an iconic lesson, just a little bit, okay? So let's start with this, something you don't know anything about, okay? This is the Jordan 1. This is one of the most iconic shoes of all time. Hence the name, iconic. It's not the most Josh shoe of all time. It's not the most insane clown posse shoe of all time. It's not the most bullshit ass juggalo shoe of all time. It is the most iconic shoe of all time. This happens to be the band version of the shoe, which means band from hillbillies like you from North Carolina that think, oh man, I can put a headband on. I can sit there and smoke a cigarette. I can take a few puffs and, hopefully get my point across. That doesn't work. You see, the difference between me and you is this community, this people right here, they're who I represent. You represent all the people that are the opposite of them. The ones that sit there and they run their damn mouths, the keyboard warriors, the people standing behind that can't do a goddamn thing when you roll up to their house and stick it right in their goddamn face. You are nothing in this business, son. I don't give a damn what side of Carolina, what side of the backwater, bullshit ass woods that WGP, Revolution, and that other place decided to dig you up from. You have nothing in this business if it wasn't for all the people that are around you that sit there and build you up, make you think that you are something that you're just simply not. And that is a main event talent. This is the big leagues. I've said that to you before, and I'll say it to you again. You're not ready to go toe for toe, pound for pound with one of the greatest of all time in the Icon, and that is obvious here today. Because just like all of these shoes that you want to run your fucking mouth about, I am iconic. I will always be iconic. When I step into a room, everybody turns, looks, and goes, God damn it, that man right there is definitely an icon. When you step into a room, they ask where the air freshener's at because you just stunk that whole goddamn joint up. So, now that I'm done with this little ass kicking of yours, I'll see you again next week in WGP for round 2, bitch. And I can tell you right now, it's gonna go the same exact goddamn way. Have fun.
Your winner,
You know, as Icon had just put it, this is only round 1 of these two facing off because they are going to be facing off again in WGP. But it looks like Steel now has the momentum in his favor.
Just a friendly reminder. I made sure the judges did not base it on this permissions, but let's watch the GD words and the promos, guys. It's definitely a no-fly zone. Still great promo from both of them. They put on a hell of a match. Still, I don't know if he had his inner Muhammad Ali fly like a butterfly and sting like a bee kind of thing going there. But that last 40 seconds of that promo was just raw as shit. I mean, it was just one line on top of another. Very impressive win for Steel. That's another win for him. He's moving up in the rankings in the Revolution. That was a rankings match to determine who will be facing the winner of this triple threat match at our next pay-per-view. Let's go ahead and talk about that pay-per-view very, very fast, shall we? Just a reminder that the 7th of next month,
7th of March.
The 7th of March, we have another pay-per-view coming on for Revolution as soon as I can find the damn thing, guys. Forgive me, I got 200 videos over here and intros and everything. Where did it go?
It's going to be a fantastic pay-per-view because, again, at that point, the heavyweight championship is going to be in someone's hands, and it's going to have to be defended on that show because every pay-per-view, every Revolution pay-per-view, the Revolution World Championship will be defended.
That's right. There you have it. Revolution Green with Envy is the next pay-per-view that will be coming up. Of course, the whole Green with Envy thing, of course, it kind of goes with the flow. It's the same week as St. Patrick's Day, so it's we try to keep it themed a little bit. So let's see. We're going to take another fast commercial break, and when we come back, we got the next matchup, and it's going to be Villain taking on the newcomer Ruby Knight.
And now I talk to the dead, 'cause the voices in my head refuse to tell me what I wanna hear. Hold my feet to the fire, throw my carcass to the cold. Save your sermon for the choir, 'cause I already know. I told my troubles to the wind, and I made myself clear. I need some divine intervention.
Guys, there is another great show coming to Pinfall that will premiere February 14th on Pinfall Stream at 8 Central, 9 Eastern on Sunday, Valentine's Day. We'll be talking about Sons of Anarchy episodically, episode by episode, starting with the pilot, breaking it down. It'll be me, Gene, and Hickey. You won't want to miss it. Again, I send it back to the assholes.
Yeah, nah, man. Nah, just listen to this, will you? Oh, yeah, I hear it too. And thank you, Mr. Champion. And please send my thanks on to TDC for emailing me these backstage passes for tonight's show. I appreciate it. Oh, yeah. Yeah, I'm having a great time. You guys had cold cans for me on arrival. Bloody great. Yeah. Yeah, we've got my son running around here somewhere. I think he's already met Matt Anarchy and Seven and even the Icon. Yeah, he's having a ball. Ah, I couldn't thank you enough, eh? Yeah, we'll talk soon, eh? I'll talk to you and TDC. Yeah, we'll talk. Cheers, yeah, well, of course I'm going to enjoy the show. Of course I am. Alright, later. War of the words. Well, let's just see whose words are ready for war, shall we? Because it looks like revolution just got a little foul mouth. I'll drink to that. Good card. Loving it. Enjoying myself. Yeah. See you all around.
Well,
how about that?
2 guests have showed up, one being Fast Eddie Cap, Foulmouth Aussie. If you don't know who Foulmouth Aussie is also a legend in the promo world. Very happy to have him in Revolution. Very exciting. As you see, the comments blew up when both those guys came on. So
I had to pull some strings, guys. I unfortunately had to take some of the money that I used, some of the funds for the pyro. I had to sacrifice that so I can sign these 2 guys. But I'm stoked. I am super excited, and clearly everybody else is as well.
Yeah. Well, let's send it back down to RYK and get started with our very next match.
Coming to the promo area, he is as bad gets. This is Villain. Making his Revolution debut from Louisville, Kentucky, Ruby Knight.
Bang. Who in here trying to start a riot? Trying to start a riot.
That ain't no flying saucer. I'm shooting webs like worldwide. Manhattan all the way to Yonkers. When they say Brooklyn, stand up. You better just fix your posture. And every hero needs this theme song. So hood hit church. You ain't got a chance, boy. What you think? I'm doing everything but the kitchen sink. I try to be feeling in the neighborhood. I know all the little grannies wanna.
Starbright, starlight. What does the revolution have for me tonight? And that is Ruby Knight. Now, Revolution, the last time you saw me on your screen, I lost more than the match. I lost everything. I lost my face. I lost my way. And now, look at me now. Look at what has come to me. And what do I have in front of me? Now, Ruby, you didn't impress me when you decided to put your video up the last minute. I'm going to take everything from you because I can. I'm going to make an embarrassment out of you just like Mike did to me. I'm going to take your face. I'm going to take every single inch of that star you think you have. And I'm going to end it. So I want you to do one thing. I want you to look deep inside this face and see what your future holds. I want you to gaze into it. You are going to be just like the raven I put in my video. You're going to fly away. And I'm going to shoot you down. Because the last things I've seen were rubies dripping from this bed. Oh, how can I embarrass you tonight?
I know when you were little girls, you dreamt of being in my world. Don't forget it, don't forget it. Respect that, bow down, bitches.
Okay, I know what you're thinking. You're probably thinking that, yes, I am the new guy here in Revolution. Yes, I know I have a lot at stake here. I know I have a lot to prove. And you know what? I'm totally fine with that. I had no problem proving myself to people in the Revolution universe that Ruby Knight has what it takes to hang with the big boys, and I am here to stay. And being that my first opponent is the villain, well, let me tell you something. I grew up admiring heroes all my life. Of course, there's my family. My mom and dad. There's Spider-Man. There's Captain America. There's Thor. There's Iron Man. Black Widow, Hawkeye. Basically the Avengers. Black Panther. Scarlet Witch. Vision. Even the Power Rangers, who I love, by the way. Now, be that as it may, you may call yourself the villain, but you're no super villain, sweetheart. Now, bring anything to the table all you want, but I'm ready to make a huge impact in Revolution, because I'm not afraid to start a little revolution myself, because that name right there is really empowering, like I said the first time out. And of course, you know, I'm ready to taste gold here in Revolution Wrestling. Because I don't think Revolution has seen someone like me, someone who is flamboyant, someone who is very colorful, someone who's part of the LGBTQ plus community, someone who is not afraid to be real, and someone who is not afraid to stand up for people who can't even stand up for themselves. I'm the kind of person who is not afraid of taking a challenge from anyone who stands in front of me. I don't care if it's 1-on-1, 2-on-1, 3-on-1, 5, 10, 15, 100. I don't care. Even if I go in a battle all alone, I'm not afraid to take a stand. And I'm not afraid of who's in front of me. And I'm definitely not afraid of you, villain. So, if you think you got what it takes to take on the flawless one, Miss Ruby Knight, the ball is in your court, sweetheart. Because I'll be waiting, and I'm ready to fight. Night out.
You wake up, post up, round in it, flossing on it. This diamond, my diamond. This rock, my rock. I woke up like this. I woke up like this. We flawless. Ladies, tell them I woke up like this.
Your winner, Ruby Knight!
Ladies and gentlemen, you just witnessed the debut matchup of Ruby Knight versus Villain. And congratulations, Ruby, on your victory in your debut match here in Revolution. I think that we have to go ahead and acknowledge the Villain did a hell of a job himself. We haven't seen him since he had his face literally ripped off by Mike Murder. The Villain was very, very impressive. And this actually might have been, as up to this point, the closest matchup we've had of the nights. So again, congratulations, Ruby. Now, ladies and gentlemen, as you can see here, we have Mr. Revolution himself, Matt Anarchy. Now, Matt, I wanted to let you know that we actually reached out to all three of the main eventers for tonight's matchup, and you were actually the only one that was willing to give us an interview. Your other opponents tonight said they didn't need to give you any more of an edge than you already think that you have. Big Sweets himself actually said that Matt Anarchy wasn't worth his time to come out. And Seven actually said that if there was any answers that we were looking for, we would find them in the ring tonight. So Matt Anarchy, my question to you is what do you have to say leading up to this match here tonight to your opponents?
Mr. Champion, as much as it's always a pleasure to share the screen with you, I've been quiet for far too long on far too many things, and I need a moment to address the Revolution universe directly.
Floor is all yours.
One last time. First man in, last man standing. To my opponents, to the promo queen, and to every revolutionary out there watching, before you see what I do to Big Sweets and Seven, let the Messiah tell you he's sorry, but he didn't want to do it. He had to do it. He had to take Seven, and he had to take Big Sweets, and he had to show all of you how absolutely ridiculous it was for you to think that at the end of the day, the result was going to be anything different than what we all already know it's going to be. See, no surprises for any of you, but it was a surprise for me the way that I've been vilified over it. Have each and every one of you forgotten? It has not been that long since the revolution started, and while some of you got a free pass, some of us had to sacrifice to come here. And nobody sacrificed more than I did. I gave up a dream that some of you are still staying up late at night chasing, and I gave it up twice over. And I did it so that the revolution would be the only place in the world that could rightfully boast that they can offer the best competition on the entire planet. Because I don't just literally sit atop a ladder right now, I figuratively sit atop all of you, and in just a few minutes, I will once again prove why. Because today, I come and take what is mine, and whether you cheer me, whether you fear me, or whether you want to be me, the only thing that all of you have in common is that you cannot stop me.
At this time, making his revolution return from Route 66, he is the Road Hammer, Red. Please welcome, bringing in toe tags and body bags, Dr. Slade!
Hello, Revolution, and welcome. Tonight is the night we have all been waiting for. Revolution's first ever pay-per-view, the War of Words. And as promised, Doctor, I'm right here, mask on, because you never can be too careful, and ready for business. Let's just see, Doc. You think you can get inside this insane brain of mine? You think that you can fix me? You say that you're going to put a toe tag on. Oh, wait. You told me to bring my own toe tag, right? Well, I have to be honest with you, Doc. I did forget toe tags, but I do got plenty of seals. They all got numbers, right? Just put a little seal around your toe there, because let's face it, you're not going to beat me, and you're not going to conquer what you think you are. You see, Doc, I told you that I was going to be the worst patient you've ever had. I'm stubborn, and I'm hard-headed, and you have to work really hard to put me out, to even begin to operate. And let me tell you, Doc, this insane brain of mine is not a place that you want to dig into, because I don't care how many victims you've had under your table. I don't care who you faced or who you conquered, Doc. I am unlike anything there has ever been seen before. I told you a while back, Doc, that when I first seen you, I thought me and you become real close and we would help each other. But as circumstances happened, fix my mask there, that come out not being the case. You see, Doc, I can't help but think, and I can't help but wonder, as each one of your intros I see, and some of your promos, your own personal little ice chest cooler you got there to put your little body parts in, and as you cut us up, and things like that. See, that's your first mistake, Doc. Hold on a minute. Much better. I can breathe now. You see, Doc, that was your first mistake. Why chop people up? Why put them in little individual bags that you gotta go through and sort and everything else when you can just put them in your own personal refrigerated trailer and keep them as personal keepsakes? That's right, Doc. I'm a little bit crazier than you. I like to look at my work as I conquer each and every person and I stick them inside my personal traveling freezer. You see, Doc, you can't do any work without a hammer, right? Gotta knock it in the head a few times, right? You see, Dr. Slim, I don't care what you come out here and say tonight, and honestly, excuse me, I'm not here to win or lose. It doesn't really matter one way or the other. I'm making my return, and I'm making a comeback that everybody will be sure to remember. Now, I've went over my time just a hair, Doc. And I hope that you brought everything you got. Because you, my dear friend, are the one who's officially going to be put out of business, Doc. Have a good night.
Rig, welcome to your appointment. We got a few things we got to go over. You talked about the toe tags and body bags. How folks come right back after their match. Well, for the most part, they do come back. But there's a few of them that didn't make it back. But that ain't what it's about. You see, what it is about is a match with the doctor. It changes a man. Yeah, for better or for worse. Anybody that goes toe-to-toe with me, well, the old them lands up in the body bag. Comes out a little different. I got a feeling tonight something's going to change with you. You're going to be a little different too, ain't you? You think it's going to be enough to win? Spoiler, it ain't. Oh, you talked about knives. Said if I was bringing a knife, it better be a hacksaw. You know, looking at your record, I think I could bring this little plastic thing right here, and it'd be enough to do you in. But see, that ain't how the doctor works. I want you to feel pain and agony. So what I got is an old rusty blade for you. Yeah, your blades might be sharper, but this one will make you suffer. You know, I've heard folks that drive big trucks, they're compensating for something. And you drive a big rig, so I bet you're compensating for something too. And what that is the fact that you can't win a dang match. As you were clearly stating with the Carnival and with Seven. Speaking of Seven, said you had a match with him and went to the asylum. Did he by chance tell you I was in the asylum with him? We escaped together. So you would have come to me talking about insane. I escaped the asylum. I broke free from the straitjacket I was in. So you boy, you're looking at the definition of insanity right here. But tonight, I ain't got time to give you a little shock therapy. That'll come later. As for that barber thing you were talking about, in case you can't see my head, I do my own hair. But tonight, I'll gladly be your barber and just take a little bit off the top. You say you get irritable when you don't get your way. I got a feeling you're gonna be real pissed when you find out I done whipped your ass tonight.
Dr. Slam.
Not bad match at all. Not bad match at all. Of course, if you missed it, Man Anarchy, of course, had some words apparently for a few people. That was really nice.
You know, as I mentioned before, I reached out to the other two guys who were in the matchup tonight, and neither one of them felt they really needed to say anything else other than what they plan on saying tonight. But clearly, Mad Anarchy still had quite a bit left to say. So, I mean, it's only adding fuel to the fire that is the main event tonight. But, you know, I personally want to say welcome back to Rig. You know, we're glad to have him back. He disappeared for a little bit. He came home. We are very, very happy to have you back. Unfortunately, it doesn't look like your return happened quite the way you wanted. So congratulations to Dr. Slam. And I'd imagine that means he's moving up the rankings as well.
Also, a little breaking news. I was just informed that Neekman cannot perform tonight. Neekman apparently was took out in the back. A lot of really brutality things have apparently happened.
A lot of tension tonight.
A lot of tension tonight. Apparently, Neekman may never perform again. So,
yikes.
We'll see how it goes. We're going to send down the ring. I don't know exactly how this is going to play out, but we'll give it a shot.
Making his way in at this time, coming from a secret part of the big city, this is Bassolini!
It's me, Mario and the gang, you probably know my name, and so we start the game. Jumping high, ducking low, from the sky to the ocean. How come peace can't stop being stolen? Need the firefly, star power now for Bowser. Koopa Troopa, Stupid Goomba, soon to lose a life. It's me and Peach and Luigi, so you know, stop and don't rock and roll. Let's go, let's go, let's go.
So, Revolution, let me get this right. This is the PPV, the War of Words, where you're going to crown your new heavyweight champion. And Borsellini's not in that match. You know, I did lose to one of the men that's in the final, so congratulations, Anarchy. I want to see how well you go. But don't think that the road is done. And I'm not about to promo about you. I have a match tonight against Nick. A hero, right? The man with the Platinum City. The hero from Platinum City. And I've heard a lot of things about Platinum City. But Nick, me and you done faced each other before. I told you before, I'm not a good guy, I'm not a bad guy. I'm just a businessman. But you're a hero, and that made me out to be the villain in that story. And that's not the way things should be. So, Neekman, let's look at what you're doing. I have not heard one thing from you as of yet. The last time I seen you was over in WGP when I took my size 13 boot, turned that son bitch sideways and ran it up your candy ass. But see, that's not here nor there, because that's over there. But right here in Revolution, I have to do something. I have to be the one. I have to be that guy. I always keep a trick up my sleeve if you don't know what I mean. But see, the truth is, I don't need to do nothing special for you. I should have stopped right now and called it a day. But for you, I'm going to give you just a little bit more. I got another minute and 20 seconds that I get to dig into you. Neekman, baby. hero from Platinum City. The sidekick to Batman from what I've seen in your earlier shows. But you want to face me because I'm a boss. But see, me being a boss just means I'm a businessman and I have a business mind. And I'm going to show you very soon what the business mind does. But for right now, I've heard everybody talking about Platinum City. Everything that's so good about Platinum City. Their hero, Neekman. So I made a trip down to Platinum City. You know, looking to acquire some property to further my business empire. On my way there, I did make a quick stop and I did buy a piece of property before I made it to Platinum City. But when I got to Platinum City, they said they got something that's just so awesome. And it's their Platinum City corn dogs. So I made a stop to go look at the Platinum City corn dogs. And I found them. And it looks like this. And that's the reason we lost.
Your winner, Bossolini!
Bossolini, I know I am not the man that you expected. But I am here to settle some unfinished business between you and I. See, I couldn't stand there and let some sorry excuse of a superhero come on the screen of Revolution. So I decided to take him out before your match even began. See, I was on vacation and I went down to Platinum City because I wanted one of those famous Platinum City corn dogs with a little bit of chili, some mustard, with no beans. While I'm sitting there and I'm enjoying my corn dog, I saw Neekman walk by. And the thing about Neekman is he is the superhero 110% of the time. He does not have a secret identity, so he was able to be noticed rather quickly. So I knocked him the hell out and I threw him into the Platinum City Bay. And you will never see that man again. Now the reason for my unfinished business with you, Bossolini, is the fact that over in WGP, you decided to just be nice and hand me the opportunity to go after the Havoc Championship. That right there pissed me off more than you can ever understand. So now I'm able to get my retribution on you. I took out your opponent and I know I had your full undivided attention now. So here's what I'm saying to you there, Bossolini. You and I go one-on-one. Settle the score. Because all I'm getting from you is nothing but disrespect. You might have been that nice guy thinking you were being nice. But you spat in my face and you disrespected my name. See, James Grimes works for everything he gets. I don't accept handouts. So when you did that, you were disrespecting me, and I will not tolerate that. So, Bossolini, you and I are going to go one-on-one. And when that day happens, and when management decides to approve this match, I will put my career on the line. If you beat me, James Grimes walks away, never to be seen again. And if I win, well, if I win, I will beat every ounce of respect into your lifeless body. And as I watch them cart you away on the stretcher, I will have my title of the most dominant and most destructive man ever to grace the screen of Revolution. So, Bossolini, enjoy the win that I just gave you. But understand, when you and I lock up for the first time ever, it will be also the last time ever, because you will not survive what I am about to put you through. So management, get off your ass and make this match happen. And one last thing there, Bossellini. Seeing how I have to dull this down a little bit. FYF.
And with that, we're going to take a quick commercial break, and we'll be right back.
Back of the goal, lacrosse move. He scores! He did it again! Andrei Svechnikov, his second lacrosse-style goal. Left wing, Josh Kalai, next move by Milano, blocking right in, scores! What a goal!
Between the touchdown and the field, but that's an excellent hustle.
Rashad Tuttle, whose uncle Terry Tuttle. Again, he's got a wide open tight end on the outside. Dawson Knox breaks a few tackles, barrels for another one. He's inside the 25-yard line. Do what we do offensively. Got his man, Juszczyk fights his way, still fighting his way.
Guys, that is the sports report. You've got to check it out. In about 45 minutes, we will be having our Super Bowl special, talking about the NFC, AFC championships, the matchup between Mahomes and Brady, all the news that's happened in the past couple of weeks in football, as well as Gene going over the NHL, as well as our guys from Reality Fantasy Football joining us to talk about their new show. You're not going to want to miss it. As soon as this is over, just jump over to the PinFall page or stay right here on YouTube because it'll be here too. You're not going to want to miss it. Back to the assholes.
Oh man, I love being an asshole. I'm not gonna lie. It's fun.
I mean, you know, but PinFall has its perks. If being called an asshole gets the perks, I mean, I can deal with it. I mean, I've been called way worse. So, as you've seen there, Neatman was apparently took out.
Look, here's the important question. This is the important question. Neekman is gone. Apparently, he will never be seen in Revolution or WGP again. My question is do we still get the corn dogs?
Oh, of course.
I mean,
because we made that famous, not Neekman.
That's the Hooded Warrior thing, right? It's the Hooded Warrior corn dogs.
I mean, you know, he was probably down in the corner somewhere pushing those damn things. Never got over nowhere until he came on screen with us. And lo and behold, it was over.
But those were some mighty, mighty strong words. I mean, we come to find out that Grimes was the one who took out Neekman, and he has a score to settle with Bossellini. So let's see if Bossellini, as far as management goes, we approve the match. We're all for it. We just need Bossellini to go ahead and approve taking on the match as well. So Bossellini, the ball is in your court.
Very, very, very true. We are far from done, guys. We still got two powerhouse matches coming up. The first ever tag team match in the Revolution is about to take place and still got that main event. Just a small recap of if you're just joining us, Jax gets the win over NDT. Steel gets the win over the Icon. Ruby Knight gets the win over Villain. Dr. Slam gets the win over Rig. The Neekman and Bossellini match did not happen because apparently Grimes took out Neekman, and as we just said, now wants to have an end of a career match with Bossellini. So, also, if you're just joining, as I keep pointing out, as you see up there in the corner, also WGP and Revolution is now one brand. WGP has been bought out by Revolution. they are now underneath our umbrella with us. So
Making big moves.
Make sure the 13th you catch their last traditional ran show over on the Wrestling Geeks and Prowess page. That'd be the last time that they run in their traditional way before they flip over and are ran like Revolution is run.
The better way.
The better way.
The better way.
The better way. All right, guys, I want to go ahead and see what happens in this tag team match. I'm very, very curious. You got the Canadian Connection where Gene Emerson and Glenn have decided to team up. And then you got the Nation of Detonation of the Irish Car Bomb and Vincent Constantine, who apparently don't like the words that the Canadian Connection had originally said, the anti-American remarks that they made. So
I have some breaking news. Breaking news coming straight to you only here at Revolution. I get word that originally this was supposed to be the Irish Car Bomb's farewell match. However, after hearing on this show, the next pay-per-view is going to be called Revolution Green with Envy. The Irish Car Bomb felt that it was only necessary to not only stick around for that show, but quite possibly stick around as well. So we might actually have a canceled retirement, and I couldn't be more thrilled about that.
Yeah, me too. No one wanted to see the Irish Car Bomb go anywhere. He is Irish Car Bomb / Briggs. He is the Havoc champion currently over in WGP, where him and the Dark Saint are taking on each other in that 13th match to determine who's going to walk out that champion. So very, very interesting time to be a promo fan, interesting time to be a promo artist, especially if you're in Revolution and WGP. If you're not, you're missing out.
And let's before we get into the match, let's go ahead and make a point as well. If anybody at all is watching this for the first time on YouTube, on Pinfall Productions YouTube page, wherever you came from, if any of what you have seen has excited you, if anything of what you have seen tonight has inspired you to possibly want to give it a shot yourself, feel free to reach out to either TDC or myself or any of the guys you see on the show tonight. I'm sure any of the guys in the comments section would be more than happy to help you out. Reach out to us and we will make sure that you get every step you need to go ahead and join the Revolution or WGP brand.
That's right. And with that being said, we're going to go ahead and send on back down to RYK, the voice of the Revolution.
Coming in from the great white north, please welcome the Canadian Connection. From the mean streets of Galway, Ireland, via the backwoods of Louisiana, this is Nations of Detonation.
Is anything original in this business anymore? I mean, Carbomb and Constantine see an actual threat come into Revolution. And what do? They recycle an old name from a well-known group. The only thing they did different was change the last word in that name. Whew. So clever, boys. Give you an A+ right there. But see, you, Irish Car Bomb, and you, Constantine, you guys have not put in the miles like me and Gene have. What have you accomplished, huh? Nothing. Yeah, me and Gene are on a losing streak right now. Big whoop. That's about to change tonight. See, we don't have to scream into a camera and hold a shillelagh to make us look big and bad. All you've got to do is step into that ring, waddle your asses over to us, and we will show you what a real tag team will do. Nation of Depression. Nah. I liked my first one. Nation of Desperation. Now that's original. That would actually sell on t-shirts. Hell, probably get our friend who makes a bunch of our merch here in Revolution to get a hold of you guys and make something. Hell, a commemorance t-shirt, as you will. To the one tag team that got their asses handed to them by the Canadian Connection. Now that's money in the bank right there.
You're right, Maisel, you're right. The Nation of Desperation. Hell, they're so desperate that they had to put these two half-wit, know-nothing, no-nonsense, not so good promo artists together just to try to gain a win, just to try to get over on the Canadian Connection. See, we're natural, we're put together because we wanted to. Unlike the two of you who just thrown together just to stop us, just so that you could say you're one more better. Isn't that so American of you two? Isn't that so Irish of you two? That you just can't let things go, that you have to all of a sudden have a grudge, where here in Canada we could care less about the two of you because we're doing this to set a statement. Actually, the both of you two by the end of this will probably be known as the Nation of Perspiration, because you guys will be sweating bullets by the time we're done. So Glenn, myself, we're just here to let you know, just like our Mountie counterparts, we're always here to get our men. And you two, well, you two just don't got it.
Well, now it's time for the first tag team match here in the Revolution, and we're going against the Canadian Connection. And those dummies still can't get our name right. They keep calling us Nod. That's not our name. The only nod that's going on here is every time you're on screen, everybody is just nodding off to sleep, going to La La Land. You see what I mean? Constantine! Wake up, laddie, it's fucking match time!
What? Oh, I'm sorry, I was just watching Glenn's latest hype promo, and it just kind of put me to sleep. I was nodding out there. Sorry about that, Briggs.
Oh, you mean the one where Glenn came out here and said, we're Canadian, we know exactly what we're talking about. Unless you're talking about promos or how to win a promo battle, then you don't seem to know anything about that. You want to come out here and take credit for the formula of the Nations of Detonation, because that's what you Canadians do best now, isn't it? Take the credit for other people's hard work.
To be honest, Briggs, I'm pretty impressed you're even able to make it through that hype promo. You even know what a hype promo is, Glenn? The key word is hype. You're supposed to get people excited. But whenever I was watching that promo, I was like, yep, this is a match I don't give two shits about. I'm going to go ahead and take a piss break during this match. And then I had to remind myself, oh, that's right, I'm in that match. How in the hell can you get the Revolution Universe hyped for this match when you can't even get your own opponent hyped for this match? Spoiler alert, Glenn, you can't.
Can't? I like that word. I'm going to come up with a new name for you fellas. I'm going to call you the Canadian Connection. Because you two can't cut a decent promo. You can't win on your own. And you damn sure can't beat the Nations of Detonation here tonight. You want to laugh at our names? Well, everyone's been laughing at you two's entire promo careers. You bunch of moose knuckleheads.
Canadian connection. I dig it, Briggs, and you know, that's a very fitting word to bring up to explain exactly why I decided I want to be in this tag team in the first place. You see, a few weeks ago, that piece of shit by the name of Gene Emerson came out and he started talking about how he was going to create a tag team to show how all the stupid Americans out there aren't as good as he is, how all the stupid people in the United States are going to bow before him. And as a proud American, the American nuke, I said I just can't let someone come and run their mouth about a country that I love. And to take it a step further, I said I was going to team up with someone not even in the United States, someone like Jay Briggs from Ireland, to show that two people from two different nations can actually show respect for each other and not be an absolute nationalistic piece of shit like you, Gene Emerson. You're not the Canadian crippler. You're not the Canadian dragon. You're nothing but a Canadian piece of trash.
You know what Gene Emerson and a bottle of maple syrup have in common? You usually don't need a lot before it just makes you downright sick and you just want to go get rid of it. And it's always way bigger of a mess for what it was worth. But hey, at least Gene knows where he's from in Canada. Glenn, maybe you could show us on the map. Where is Ohio, Canada? I've never seen that. But we are here proving exactly why this tag team was formed. And that was to show that you two are nothing but a bunch of jobbers. Whether you're by yourselves, in a team, doesn't matter what organization you're in, you're never going to amount to anything. And Glenn, before you go out answering open challenges for titles, maybe you should just concentrate on trying to win the matches that you're actually booked.
It is downright laughable to even mention Glenn and title shots in the same statement, considering that he hasn't even won a single match yet. Just as laughable as Gene Emerson thinking that he actually has a chance in this match when he's already lost to Jay Briggs, and now Jay Briggs has Vincent Constantine on his side. Just as laughable as the Canadian connection thinking that they actually have a chance at beating the nations of detonation.
The match is over, the timer has gone off, the bomb is about to detonate, and you two will never recover from the damage that you suffered from the explosion by the hands of the nations of detonation. Now suck on my bomb sack, bitch.
Your winner, Nation of Detonation.
That Nation of Detonation, man, they are a humorous team, and I feel it's important for any of those of you who are following along in the chat. And TDC, I don't know if you can pull up that one particular comment I'm about to reference, but Matt Anarchy actually made a very valid point. Considering the fact that these two teams are teaming up together for the very first time, they both teams showed really great chemistry together, really great teamwork. And unfortunately, only one could come out as the winner, and it was the Nation of Detonation. But both teams did an excellent job. And it's no secret that here at Revolution, we have plans. We have future plans to have a tag team division, along with a pair of tag team championships that will eventually be in the hands of a tag team. So, if anybody out there is looking to form a tag team, wanting to be a part of a tag team, Hood Warriors know a thing or two about being a successful tag team. We encourage all of you to do that, because we can't have these tag titles without the tag teams to compete for them.
That's right. And also, of course, these tag belts will be a cross-show belt. So they will be defended in WGP along with Revolution. They go for both shows. All righty. We're going to take one more commercial break. And then we are going to have the Viva la Resistance of the night, and that is the main event to crown our very, very first Revolution World Champion. Don't go away, folks. It's going to be very interesting.
My last time up here, guys, but that is Double XP. You can catch that every Wednesdays before the Paradigm Shift, 7 Central, 8 Eastern with Kay and Punisher. It's an amazing show going into all the world of video games. You can't miss Punisher's Pun of the Week. On another note, I have to give it to the Revolution for pulling out an amazing pay-per-view, guys. This has been epic to watch. Your boys down here at the bottom, TDC, Chris Champion. Everybody in the comments, please join me in giving them a round of applause. They put so much work into this, and now with taking over WGP, I know it's going to blow up. I'm so proud of you guys. Congratulations. You're still assholes, but I love you.
Look, I've said it all night long. You know, we're some of the most successful assholes out there. Plain and simple. Plain and simple.
Proof is in the pudding, as they would say. Are you ready?
Man, I don't know. I don't know if I'm ready. We've been waiting forever for this. This is huge, guys. It's historic. It's revolutionary. It's going to be fantastic. I mean, if you don't have your food, your popcorn, this is going to be awesome. This is going to be so awesome.
Yeah, it is.
And you know what the best part about this is going to be? We don't have to wait to find out who the winner is going to be. We're going to find out today. We're going to find out right after the match who our first ever Revolution World Champion is. This is awesome.
It's going to be mind-blowing. Here we go.
Coming into the promo area, 7. Introducing next, he is the one and only big man of Revolution, Big Sweet!
Travel the world and the 7 seas. Everybody's looking for something. Some of them.
From the very heart of the revolution, he is the voice of the voiceless, Matt Anarchy!
Ladies and gentlemen of the Revolution, tonight is War of the Words, and tonight 7 gets to welcome Mad Anarchy and Big Sweep into his asylum with open arms. And tonight, I assure you both, you won't be walking out. You see, I know what you're gonna say. You're gonna talk about Seven and his little green screen behind him, his little special effects, his glitz and his glamour, his gimmick. Well, let me tell you something, Mad Anarchy. Let me tell you something, Big Sweet. I don't need the green screen. I don't need the glitz and glamour. I don't need the fancy edits. And I damn sure don't need this gimmick. Ladies and gentlemen of the Revolution, this week is Talk 7, and the man behind 7, some very important lessons that life can't be taken for granted. See, you're here one day, and the next day you're gone. And as you may know, I've been through quite an emotional few days. But let me tell you something. I didn't feel it was right for 7 to come on your screens, Revolution, to verbally assassinate his opponents tonight. I didn't feel it right in my heart. But there's a thing about 7 that people don't know. And I've always lived by this motto ever since I came in the promo game. It's never quit, never give up. You see, I'd rather show up tonight and not no show in a match. But you know what? I am here to show everyone in the Revolution, Mr. Anarchy and Big Sweet, why 7 deserves to be the Revolution Heavyweight Champion. You know why? Because 7 needs it. I want it more than you two. See, Big Sweet, you're everyone's favorite big man. You come out here, and if you listen to Big Sweet, he talks with pizzazz. He puts that pizzazz in his words. But if you pay attention, it doesn't make sense. And he's always out here contradicting himself on screen. But then there's Mad Anarchy, the chosen one of the Revolutions, everyone's favorite to win the whole damn tournament. Well, Anarchy, every time you came on screen, you had 7's number. You beat 7 in a land far, far away. And this man, Anarchy, is all about preaching to do your homework. Get your facts straight. And you beat 7 with the incorrect facts. You didn't have your homework down. And that has bothered me ever since. See, Revolution, tonight, I show you why I deserve to be your champion. Because I am the one that comes out here each and every night with the heart, the desire, the passion to put it all on the line. And that's all I ever want to do for everyone on the screen is to give them my best. And that is what I'm doing tonight. Because every time I come on screen, I do it for the people. I do it for everyone. I come out here to entertain you, and I came out here tonight with my heart and soul to show you why. Mad Anarchy and Big Sweet, it is not your time. See, I'm going to chew you both up and spit out your bones, and I'm going to feast on your bones, and I'm going to show you two bitches why 7 is the new face of the Revolution. It's not your time, Anarchy. It's not your time, Big Sweet, because you don't want it. You don't need it. I have been through contradictions, trials, and tribulations in my whole entire promo career. Everyone has looked at 7 like he's a damn joke. Well, the joke's on you two tonight, because I'm going to be the one that walks out with his hand raised high as the first ever Revolution Champion. Mad Anarchy, you can go out here and you do your little fancy cuts. That's all they are. If you pay close attention, it's just fancy cuts tonight. This is raw, unfiltered, no fancy edits. To prove to everyone that 7 has the talent to do whatever he puts his mind to. Now, Big Sweet, Mad Anarchy, you two can get on your knees. Look up at 7 and kiss his ass, because I just became the new Revolution Champion.
Ladies and gentlemen of the Revolution, they say the pen is mightier than the sword. And if that is true, the words written with that pen are going to be like weapons. Now, I don't carry a pen or a sword with me here tonight. The only weapons I need are my mind and my mouth. And the words that come from my mouth are going to be used like a scalpel to cut the very heart of the Revolution from its own chest so I can force feed it to my two opponents here tonight. The first, a shattered jester. So shattered, in fact, that he had to create an asylum so deep in his mind, I doubt he possesses the abilities it will take to ever escape from it. The other, the so-called Messiah, the uncrowned king, an angry little man with a Napoleon complex that is quick to point out the flaws and mistakes of others, but isn't man enough to take that good, long, hard look in the mirror and recognize his own. Neither of them realizing that I bend the knee for no man, that I have spent the last 30 years of my life lighting fires, walking through them, and coming out the other end, having forged myself into the future champion that you see here today. Now, 7, I have looked you dead in the eye and I have called you brother. I have stood by your side and went to war with you. But I look at you today and I don't see that brother. I don't see that warrior. I see a scared coward hiding behind a mask. And I don't mean the one you wear on your face. I'm talking about that metaphorical mask that you put on every time you come out in front of these people. The one that prevents them from seeing just how insecure you are, that what they say bothers you to your very soul. And I need to let you know something. If the day never comes that does not bother you, you are never going to be more than second place. And Anarchy, you're no less of a coward than he is. You may not wear a mask, but you hide all the same. Your disguise is pomp and circumstance. It's smoke and mirrors that you use to convince these people that you are better than you are, that you hide behind. The same smoke and mirrors I have watched you bash people for using time and time again. When the truth is, if you took off the masks, got rid of the smoke and mirrors, stripped away the pomp and circumstances, and went into a real war of words with me, the two of you would be going home in boxes with neatly folded flags on the top. The truth is, you both are pretenders to my throne. I am the only true contender. In all honesty, I don't know what either of you are doing here tonight. 7, I don't know if you made a deal with the devil or what for your soul. But the truth is, you let Mike Murder hand you a pass. He patted you on the back and smiled in your face because you accepted without question. Well, whatever you may have done, it's going to blow up in your face tonight, and the big man is going to be the only one left laughing. The best thing you could do now is take your 2 belts, go home to your asylum, and have fun playing with your paper airplanes, champ. Anarchy? Mr. First one here, last one out? You're going to have to wait just a little bit longer to be champ, kid, because my pride is like a rock. It will not allow me to lose to somebody that can't string more than 2 sentences together before making a jump cut in their promo. The scars my win here tonight are going to leave on both of your egos is going to last a lifetime. Now, you two may not have liked some of the things I've had to say here tonight, but the cold hard truth is, next time my name flies out of either of your mouths, you're going to have to add champion to it. Now, with all that being said, I don't have much left to say. Except for this. Welcome to the revolution.
First man in, last man stand. And this is really what's left to stop me after years of plan after instant classic after instant classic. It's really what you give the Messiah Big Sweets, who in his championship hype can't get the name of the championship he's supposedly going to win correct. It's 7, the biggest publicity stunt in the history of the entire promo universe, who's too busy off being engaged with anybody who will engage with him to remember the name of the historic card that he's on. Spoiler alert, you are not going to like my promo. Don't get me wrong, Big Sweets, you are as cold and calculating as a man buried shoulders deep in a stable's ass can be. It's time for you, Big Sweets. You think you've gotten better when you're still just getting help. Still better than Free Pass 7, cause yep, we are gonna talk about you losing to Brett Jacobs if he showed up. Yep, we are gonna talk about you losing to Mike Murder if he doesn't hand you this opportunity. Somehow Mike Murder still got a vote. You better be damn sure we are gonna talk about that failure of a main event that you had 2 weeks ago with Dr. Slam. Now, that is an absolutely terrible recipe for a Revolution World Champion. But hey, at least you got enough confidence in yourself to accept handouts and keep moving along like you earned something. Exhibit A, those 2 championships you got. Meanwhile, the big man is so insecure that he admitted himself that he had to validate himself through this tournament. So you admit it, not even you were picking you. I mean, and why would you? If you muted all of Sweet's promos in the Revolution and clipped them together, it just looked like a time lapse of him changing clothes. For real, Big Sweets is gonna be the Revolutionary World Champion
But he stumbled saying pinfall production in 2 separate tournament hypes. Sure is not revolutionary. Maybe that's just what happens when he edits himself. Hey, and speaking of sick edits, what's with all this 7 3 belts talk when I only see him carrying one? His second title's the John Cena title, because I sure can't see. We kidding, 7? We both know I've seen you with it, and I've got to admit, it was kind of weird. Your Inferno title, you clearly downgraded. Poor man's out here selling that he's got 7 personalities. It's uncomfortably obvious that you just don't know who you are. Perfectly in line with Big Sweets, who somehow looks at me and sees a glass ceiling. But let's be clear, big boy. See what Anarchy wants you to see, and really a concrete floor. And you're about to find out what they've all found out for the better half of 16 months now. That it's real easy to feel like an unstoppable force until you hit a real immovable object. Remember, big boy, no matter what you've heard, we both know I'm not chosen, I'm proven. You can feel free to take the message back that anybody who wants to whisper differently is a joke. Like the joke that 7 has spent this entire tournament trying to prove that he isn't. Honesty moment for you now, 7. The only joke in this entire tournament bigger than you is calling the final a triple threat when I'm in. History is written by the victor. Isn't that what you said, Sweet? You turned around in the same hype promo and worried more about what they're all saying in comments instead of what I'd be saying tonight. And I took that personal. So just like last time, I'm gonna use you to send a message. Yes, I am still the best in the world. No, I am not even close to being finished. It failed them miserably tonight. What happens when 18 months later, 7's partner league, a joke that you made, has given me all the fuel that I need to make a joke out of you. In the process, burn what's left of your pathetic little carnival to the ground, like I promised I would. That's what makes me revolutionary. Because the people have spoken.
Your winner of the main event and Revolution champion,
You know, my hat's off to all 3 competitors. All 3 of them. 7, Big Sweet, and Mad Anarchy, all 3 of them. That by far is going to go down as my favorite match that I have ever seen, including my own. Hands down, one of the absolute best. Congratulations to all 3 men, but more specifically, congratulations to Matt Anarchy, our first ever brand new Revolution World Heavyweight Champion.
Yeah, 7 definitely swapped it up with the whole taking the mask off gimmick. You know, it's kind of odd because I've seen 7 for so long with that mask on, or he had his face painted or something. He was always covering his face. And to see him to like just totally swap it up like that, almost kill all the effects that he had behind him and everything. And then Sweet with his words, the way Sweet's talk, the way he talks in a promo was very, very powerful. This was a hell of a match. And one would even say there was a clear-cut message from Mr. Revolutionary.
My favorite line of the entire night: I am not chosen, I am proven. And I think that Mad Anarchy has not only done that his entire career, not only has he done that throughout this entire tournament, but he did it again tonight.
Yeah. Let the whispers whisper. Mad Anarchy proved tonight that without a shadow of the doubt that he earned every win he got in that tournament, and he earned the right to be called the very first Revolution World Heavyweight Champion.
People are going to talk. People are going to say whatever they want to say. At the end of the day, you can't escape facts. You can't escape what you actually see in front of you. And anyone who says elsewise, they're just trying to stir the pot. It is what it is.
It is what it is. I know everyone would think that was probably the end of the show.
Be a hell of a way to end it.
Be a hell of a way to end it, But we could not leave a pay-per-view after all the hype that has been surrounding this person. They made damn sure that we saved the best for last. And with that being said, thank you everyone that tuned in, and y'all have a great night. And we leave you with this.
Revolution, you idiots really screwed this up, because I didn't get invited to the first pay-per-view. Steely we got invited, and last time I saw his promo, I fell asleep. Oh, what I'm really here for is to challenge Anarchy for a real match. And Anarchy, if you accept, I feel sorry for you.
you.